In my garage, there are no federations. There's no associations. There's nothing. You can do whatever you want to do. And this is the freedom that I enjoy when it comes to training. The only reason I've developed this drive, this passion for training, is for a few simple things. I loved seeing, and I was mesmerized. I was really impressed by seeing somebody squat ATG with a flat back, high bar. For whatever reason, I took a liking to that. I thought it was badass. I thought it was the greatest expression of pure strength. There was none of this half repping the bar halfway down your back, leaning over like you're deadlifting. I mean, people do that, and I'm not saying they're weak. That's also very impressive. But for me, what gets me turned on, if you will, to train, what gets me motivated is this image of high bar ATG squatting. As the years progressed, as I started to learn more and more about the sport, I started, thinking more and more about what you need to do to actually get to this position. Quickly, I learned that elevating your heels with some shoes or on some plates was a really good way to help you get to that ATG position. But then I started wondering, would it be possible to squat ATG without any assistance in your feet at all? No heel elevation, no plates, nothing. I started doing some research, and then I started, seeing people from outside the gym, third world countries, Asian squat, third world squat, people that have no idea what a barbell actually looks like, sitting perfectly upright with a straight back ATG. I saw Asians do it. I saw Africans do it. I saw people in Yugoslavia do it. Perfect squats, and they came in all shapes and sizes. It wasn't just these people had really short legs and really long torsos. They came in all sorts of shapes. I remember seeing one African fellow on the net. You can search this up. Just type in third world squat. I don't know where this man is or where he lives, but he seems like he lives somewhere in Africa. He's sitting in an ATG position, working with his hands with something on the ground, and his knees are basically up to his jaw. So he's got really long femurs, yet he's seamlessly sitting down in this ATG position, flat feet, nothing on his feet, comfortable. And so I started wondering, would it be possible for me to squat ATG with a bar on my back, with a high bar position, with nothing on my feet, nothing on my knees, nothing on my waist? And so this fascination started to expand. Not only did I want to squat high bar ATG, but I'd love to do it with absolutely full rawness. There's nothing else to it. It's just all me, pure expression of strength. This is what I'm capable of. A lot of people frown upon this. Why would you do that? Why would you play basketball with bare feet? Why would you go run with bare feet? The sport in itself calls for Olympic weightlifting shoes. That is all fine, but what I'm saying here is that you can do whatever the hell you want to do, and I'll do whatever the hell I want to do. I'm not competing in any organization, any association. I'm competing with myself in the garage, and that there's no rules when it comes to this. I'm not part of any association. I don't want to be part of anything. This is just me and my fascination with the human movement and how to get stronger. In the last 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I started transitioning to barefoot shoes. Vivo barefoot shoes. I bought a pair and I started running, walking. I started doing everything in them, even squatting. And I had a lot of trouble squatting. Not only were my calves jacked up from running in them, and they started tightening and swelling and getting really upset. I had difficulty running, ended up, some sort of a mild strain of my calf. But ultimately, I started getting a lot of difficulty getting into an ATG position with the squat. I started really struggling to squat. Today, I not only squatted really, really well in these barefoot shoes, but also took them off and I went fully raw, bare feet, and I squatted really, really well. So I have progressed. My ankle dorsiflexion, my hip mobility, I finally acclimatized myself to this new set of circumstances, which I love. I love watching myself squat like this. Nothing on my feet, nothing on my knees, nothing on my hips. I'm not in any briefs. I'm not wearing any suits. It's just me with an NBA jersey on, something that I lived for back in the day when I was a kid. I've got that on and I'm just squatting in this new fascination that I've kind of found after letting basketball go. That whole basketball life has morphed into this barbell, love, getting stronger, specifically getting stronger in the full range squat. Today has been incredible. I have had a lot of fun squatting today. I ended up doing 7 sets of 5 with 160. And I was feeling so comfortable in the bare feet shoes. I started thinking about how comfortable and how home I felt using them finally, that I started wondering, could I take this a step further and actually go full on bare feet? The weather was nice, 20 odd degrees, and I thought, let's do it. I took a couple of videos to you guys to see exactly what's happening with my ankles. My ankles are not collapsing. My feet are not collapsing. My knees are not collapsing. I am comfortable. Finally, I think I've completed this transition to squatting exactly how I dreamt about squatting. There's obviously more and more to progress. You can always get stronger. You can always improve your strength. But I think this is the domain. This is the medium I want to concern myself with the most. Squatting like this. For me, we don't all have to agree on the same thing. Not all of us like the same type of woman. We like different features on a woman. Why the hell would we agree on the same thing for sports? You know what I mean? Like, you don't like the same colors. You don't like the same cars as me. Why would we agree on this? We don't have to argue about this. We don't have to be enemies. We should be friends because we are still lovers of the barbell and the sport. That concerns, strength training with the barbell. There was a time where I used to frown upon sumo deadlifts. There was a time where I used to frown upon Westside barbell type of wide squats. I thought that was a freaking abomination. It was the furthest thing away from what I wanted. But that doesn't mean that is not a beautiful thing to see in terms of strength. Now, I don't want to move that way. Like, I don't want to drive a, X car, and I don't want to support an X team. But that doesn't mean we are utter enemies. We're still in the same sport. I'm just happy that, I trusted myself to be able to get to this position. I always thought that it was possible. Why wouldn't it be possible? Just literally spending every single moment of your life when you're not in the home. I mean, when I'm in the home, I'm not wearing anything on my feet. It's just socks or bare feet. So when I go outside, I'm wearing these bare feet shoes. Once again, flat sole, no heel elevation. And after about 3 weeks of doing this, my feet started changing. In fact, yesterday, I put on my old Chuck Taylor's Converse, and I did some gardening in the back with the old Converse. And what I started noticing is straight away, as soon as I put them on, my feet seemed to have expanded. Like, all of a sudden, the shoe is really, really tight on me. Like, really tight on me. I wasn't wearing any thick socks or anything. It was just normal. And I felt really restricted in these new shoes, in these old Converse. It was incredible. After 3 weeks, my feet are already starting to morph into this new, shoe, which is basically limitless. Like, there's no restriction in the toe box, really wide toe box, so my feet are free to do whatever they want to do, whatever nature calls them to do. Basically, it takes 3 weeks for you to get back to normal comfort with squatting. I'm happy. And I'm really eager to kind of expand on this and to see where this takes me. Initially, when I first started squatting today, I did some barbell rowing. The reason why I did that, I'll probably explain that as well. I'm doing overhead pressing basically every single day now. And anytime I do a lot of pressing, I feel like my shoulders and my elbows start to feel funny. So I thought doing some rowing would be really good for me. And that's kind of the birth of that idea. So I did a lot of that. Went to squatting. I wasn't automatic in the squat, right? It took me a little while to warm up the ankles and hips and whatever. But surely but steadily, I started getting more and more comfortable. And now I had an amazing squat session. So my hips are not hurting, my knees are not hurting, ankles are not hurting, nothing is hurting. I'm not butt winking, even though I don't have any heel elevation. So for all you fellas out there who are thinking that it's impossible to have a flat lower back without heel elevation in deep squat, let me reassure you, if you devote yourself to getting the mobility in the hip that you need and you strengthen your feet, you will be able to do exactly what I'm doing. There's no reason for you to, like, we should be doing this. It's just that we are restricted in every single shoe that we use. We are restricted. So when you start, if you ever go down this track and you start using, bare feet shoes or minimalistic type shoes, wide toe box, there will be a transition. Your Achilles is probably going to get pissed off. It's going to lock up. Same with the calf. And you're going to feel like you can't even squat. You're going to have to weather that period. And you're going to get to this stage eventually where finally these muscles are releasing. Now, I think what's helped me is in the last week, I haven't done any running at all. Since that calf injury, I think I've tried running once for like 200, 100 meters or something. Still not feeling 100%. So I haven't been running, so my calves have been chilling out. And I've continued walking in these shoes like normal. And now finally I feel like I have the mobility to do this. And honestly, seeing myself squat like this makes me happy. This is exactly how I want to squat. I mean, this is a work in progress. Don't get me wrong. I still want to expand on this. I want to get more mobility. I want to get more strength in my feet. But when I see my feet not collapsing, my heels not lifting when I'm squatting like this, man, that makes me happy, man. That truly makes me happy. And I know a lot of people get focused on the numbers on the bar, whatever the case might be. For me, seeing form like this, I don't know. We get turned on for all sorts of different reasons. I love seeing well executed squats with, in this case, no gear at all. I love it. I love it because my mind doesn't have to wonder what is the shoe helping, what is the knee sleeve, what is the belt. This is as raw as it gets. And I ended up doing a whole bunch of sets, man. I did 7 sets of 5. I could have done more, man. I was so hyped. I was so happy. But there you go. That was my day. Bloody excited to finally feeling great squatting after 3 weeks of feeling like I can't even squat a rep because of the inflammation of the calf and the foot. Appreciate all of you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.